Yo, 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 hello, historical people, Order of the Blade people. Just want to go over quick little saber drills that I'd recommend for anyone looking to start out in saber or single sword stuff. Okay, and it's basically main guards I want you to worry about. We have your medium, which is just kind of linear stance. Your sword's kind of held in the middle, your wrist isn't turned either way, and you're sort of just sitting here. This is kind of a nice little quick place to get to everything else. Okay, I don't know what that was, but it's a nice place to get to everything else. I want you to practice 4 angles from there. So 1, 2, 3, 4 should be relatively easy. After you've done that, go into what we call terce, or the outside guard. So you're pretty much in the same position, you know, kind of hand kind of midways of your body, elbow tucked into the ribs, and you just turn the wrist out. Okay, and you should be able to see from the camera, if the angle's right, that with me standing quite linearly, that pretty much covers most of me. If I was to put a stick along there, it wouldn't hit my body. That's the idea. So from here, again, I'm just going to do my angle 1. So for me, I feel better with more of the wrist action there, just flicking it out. But I'm going to go 1, back into the guard, 2, back into the guard, 3, back to guard, 4. So it can get a bit awkward. It might feel better to spin it out. No problem there. Just play with it. Third guard, your inside guard. So again, same principle. If I am linear, then just turning that wrist over protects most of me, or should at least put me out. Maybe my body's not in the right spot, but you don't know. Whatever. And then again, angle 1, just a little wrist extension. Angle 2 with a bit of a flick on, because I'm just a posh git. And then 3, 4. And then the third guard I want you to worry about is your hanging guard. So whether that's up here like that, or more of the Musgrave weight style, sort of point forward hanging guard, high second, absolutely fine. But again, 1, 2, 3, that was a bad 3, but still 3, 4, okay. You can always practice a thrust as well when you get bored of the 4 angles. But one thing I suggest when you're practicing saber, don't thrust with your arm, thrust with your feet. Sounds a bit weird, but it works better. Anyway, so yeah, and from that hanging guard or preem. Now, when you're doing any of these strikes, feel free when you're starting to use big arm actions. They do recommend this in a lot of the manuals, is use the big arm actions, because what you're doing there is you're warming up your shoulder muscles, your wrist muscles. You're not focusing everything immediately into those wrist actions, which can get quite tense after a while. So practice with big motions and then work your way up to just delivering with the wrist. Okay. The other thing, don't grip onto the saber. Keep one of them, you know, the one you used to use to hit your friends with back in like 1990. Keep that kind of grip at all times. For the rest of the fingers, they kind of come on and off as they need to. You should be able to really comfortably just mullinate that around without your wrist really being engaged. Okay. And when I send a strike as well, not so much in training when we're trying to stay controlled, but in tournaments and stuff, once you've sent that out, the force is here in that initial there, and I should be able to stop that using the force on my wrist. But if I don't want to stop it and I do want to finish that attack, just let it go. And the sword's going to bring me to a point that I kind of want to be in, that's not far off an inside guard, really, moving to an outside guard. So just quick flicks, back to guard. Yeah. You can always, when your wrist is a bit more conditioned, you can look at trying to stop your attacks. So really give the motion with the hand, do the flick and then stop it, and transition to something else. Can be quite fun. But yeah, that's what I recommend. I just dropped the saber earlier and now it's a bit rattly. Nicht sehr gut. Sort that out. Righto. That's enough from me. Go train, go sort your lives out.